Yes, a very good morning, students. Very good morning. By this video, we'll complete the fourth concept here. What is it? Fourth concept. Okay, na? We'll complete the fourth concept by this video. Okay? Okay, na? Fine. Force, electrostatic force. The expression for the force is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the force between the two charges having the Q1 Q2. Okay, na? Q1 Q2. Okay, na? Fine. Now if you observe here, these are the 2 point charges here. Instead of point charges, if there is some mass charge distributed body, in that situations, how to find the force? Here I can take a line of charge. A rod is there having a charge capital Q of length L, okay, and a point charge I am keeping here at a distance of R from one end of the rod. What is the force between these two? What is the force between these two charges? Okay, now how to write it? I'll tell you here. Listen. In this, take a small charge of charge dq, length dx. Take x distance, apply it, integrate, delete it, same as we did in gravitation. The force F is equal to, I can write as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq q by x square. Correct, correct? 1 by 4 pi. This small charge I am considering very small charge in this distributed charge here and a q. Okay. And if you here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, I can write this one as lambda into dx. Why? Because as we know that three types of dense charges will have lambda, q by L, charge by length, sigma, charge by area, volume, charge by volume. Correct? Three types of densities we are having there. So this is one. From there I am writing like this. And q, okay, by, okay, x square. Again write it here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Lambda means I can write total charge by total length. Dx is as it is 1 by x square dx. What is integral 1 by x square dx here? I write the same expression in this way. Capital Q small q by L 1 by x square integral minus 1 by x here. What is it? Minus 1 by x. How it is minus 1 by x? I will tell you here. Integral 1 by x square dx is there, right? So what I am doing is I am writing this expression as x power minus 2 dx. Okay. Find now how much you get integrate. Just integral how much you know it? X power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Correct? So how much you get this one? Minus 1 by x. How much you get it? Minus 1 by x. So the integral of 1 by x square is minus 1 by x. Okay. Now the limits here. What are the limits for x? The minimum limit is r and the maximum is r plus 7. Minimum is r and maximum is r plus 7. So this is r and this is r plus 7. Just apply the limits now. Easy. R plus n. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Capital Q small q by L into. Apply the limits. Limits how to apply? First you are trying the upper limit. Upper limit. What is the upper limit? R plus L. Plus, sorry, minus upper limit minus lower limit. Minus. Here I am having minus of L. Lower limit. Sorry, R. Okay, na? R. Correct? First we have to write this value in the place of x. Minus lower limit. Minus of minus, plus we get here. So on simplifying we will get the answer. The final answer I can say here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by L into. Okay. I'll get here as 1 by R minus 1 by R plus L. Take the LCM and simplify. You will get the answer as I think so. Okay, we'll get L by L, R into R plus L. Here L is there, LL cancel. So therefore the final answer we can write this one as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q small q by R into R plus L. This is the force here. The force acting is this much. Okay, na? In this situation, so we have to follow this method here. Considering a small charge and integrating within the limits here, and we will get the force acting on the charge. where the charge is distributed in this way. Okay, na? This is one application we can take. Same procedures here as we did in gravitation. We can do everything here. We can do everything. Not only this. For a charged ring, if you consider a charged ring is the Q charged ring of radius A, which is at a distance of, at this point, a small charge Q is kept. What is the force between these two? It may be attractive force or it may be repulsive force here. Any force, it may be attractive force, it may be a repulsive force, no problem. Then what is the force acting between these two? Here these two are like charges, so repulsive force acts. So if you consider, in this also same procedure, we have to consider a small dq of length dx, and this will apply a force on this in this direction, correct? Df is a force. What is it? Df is a force, and this df, resolve this into two components. I'll take this angle as theta, so this becomes a df cos theta, and this is df sin theta, correct? Right now, in the same way, I will have one more dq here. So as I'm considering dq, same quantity of charge I can take here also. Okay, this will apply the force in this direction. I'll get df sin theta in this direction. Df sin theta cancels. So df sin theta components will get cancelled, and finally only df cos theta is remaining. The net force is nothing but integral df cos theta. What is df? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q dq by this distance, let it be r square into cos theta. This is theta, this is also theta. Cos theta means what can I write? X by r. Over. This is also completed here. Integrate this one. Over answer. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Integral dq is q only. Okay, na? Into x by r cube. Okay, na? What is r? R square is equal to a square plus x square. So r is equal to what can I write? Simple, easy. Over answer. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Same method we followed in gravitation also. The same procedure we followed here in there. This is the force. Understood here? Force. Okay, na? So this is a way of solving it. If charge is distributed, in the case of charge distributions, we have to do it in this way. Considering a small part and integrating with the limits, we'll get the force acting on it here. Same procedure we have to follow, right? Not only for ring, for disc also you can do something. Same procedures we take to follow, right? Now let's consider. If the same charge is kept in the center of the ring, okay, ring, same charge, capital Q is there here. Here I am keeping small q. If I keep the small q at the center, what happens? What is the net force on this? Yes, if you see here, the small part dq will apply the force in this direction. Correct? Huh? How much force? 1 by 4 percent dq q by r square radius square. Right? And here also I will have the dq. Correct? Huh? This dq also will apply the force on this in this direction. So in this way, in all directions, the force becomes cancelled, resultant 0. Or I can say simply from here. Instead of taking the q here, if I take this q here, then this x becomes here. This q, instead of taking at the point P, I will take this charge here. Then what happens to this distance? Becomes 0. X becomes 0. Right here x is equal to 0. Then force becomes 0. When the charge small q is placed at the center of a charged ring, then the force is 0. Understood here? Net force is 0. Understood here? So this is the charge of capital Q. Small q I am keeping here. What is the force acting on this? Net force is 0. Correct? Of course, in all directions the force is acting, but resultant becomes 0. This charge will apply the force in this direction. Here it will apply this in this direction. In all directions, this small q will apply force on this in all directions here. So the resultant becomes 0. Understood here? Resultant becomes 0. Got it here? At the center the force is 0. At somewhere when you move away from it, this value is not equal to 0. If you go like this further, somewhere the field maybe decreases. Okay, na? At some point this force becomes 0. What is that point? Somewhere the force becomes 0. How to get it? The differential make it equal to 0. where F is maximum. This I'll tell you one more time. At the center, if I take this point P, the force is 0. When you're moving away from the center, what happens? The force is acting increasing. After some time, if you move away, what happens? Force decreases. Somewhere this force becomes 0. Where this force becomes 0. How to get it? Just make it differential value equal to 0. Just differentiate this value. U by V formula. Everyone knows here. U by V formula just 1 by 4 pi epsilon q x by a square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. Make it equal to 0. I think so. You'll get the x value as a by root 2. How much here? A by root 2. At x is equal to a by root 2, this force becomes maximum. At x is equal to a by root 2, the force becomes maximum here. At x is equal to a by root 2, force becomes maximum. So what is that maximum? Yes, you can get the maximum value here. Where the force is maximum, we calculated. What is that maximum value? Right, in the place of x, just write this one here. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, q a by root 2 by a square plus a by root 2 square. Correct na? Whole power 3 by 2. Simplify this. You will get the force maximum also. Okay na? In this way, these are the some applications which we can see here. Okay na? I'll tell you one more time here. Listen here. I want to discuss one more for you. That is, see here, when I am keeping a small q at the center of a charged ring, this small q is applying the force in all directions, right? When repulsive force is there, some tension is existing in this string. What is the tension? Now our task is to calculate the tension. Understood here? When a small q is placed at the center of the charged ring, okay, because of repulsive force, this in the string will get some tension. What's the tension? For finding that, what I am doing is, I am taking a small part of the ring here, which makes an angle theta. Length of this ring is dl, let it be. And charge on this ring is dq. Understood here? In this total ring, I am taking a small part of length dl and charge dq. Charge dq, okay na? So this is, it will subtend some angle theta. Okay? Right. What's the tension direction of string here? Along the length of the string. The tension acts in this direction. dt, small tension, let it be. Okay, in the direction also, this also will act here. Correct? So now I am resolving this dt into two components here. Okay, I will resolve here. How to resolve it? Tell you here. Angular bisector I am taking. Okay. Then this angle here, this is theta. Then this angle becomes theta by 2. If this is theta, this becomes theta by 2. Understood here? Theta by 2. Okay. If this is theta by 2, tell me here. If this is theta by 2, this is also theta by 2. Correct? And this angle is also theta by 2. Correct? Got it here? Okay? Why? Because here, for this line, this is perpendicular. For this line, this is perpendicular. If this angle is theta, this is also theta. Easily. Okay? Na? Fine. Now I am resolving this dt into two components. This is one component dt cos theta by 2 and this is dt sin theta by 2. Similarly, dt also resolved here. dt cos theta by 2 and this is dt sin theta by 2. Correct? So if you observe here, in these two situations, these two will get cancelled. Why? Because opposite direction equal. Opposite direction equal means becomes 0, cancelled. Whereas about this one, not cancelled here. Correct? What is this? 2t, 2 are there. So 2 dt sin theta by 2. Okay? Is equal to which force? Away from the center. What is the force acting here? In this direction, what is the force acting here? Repulsive force. How much here? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq. Okay? What is the charge of this one again? dq into this charge is q. By what is the distance here? This distance is r, radius square. Understood here? Means towards the center force. This very small part, consider very small part. See here, this small part is acting towards this. Away from the center force is repulsive force. Correct? Very small angle I am taking, small part. So these two are quite opposite. So they will get equal. Equilibrium. See here, this total is an equilibrium. Means must be equal to 0. Okay na? Now what I am doing is, okay na? Simple logic here, over answer will get answer here. 2. For small angles I can write sin theta as Sin theta can be written as theta by 2. Correct? Right? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq. Okay, na? Into q. What is dq? What is dq? I can write dq as for total charge here. For total how much? Total length how much? 2 pi r. For 2 pi r length, what is the charge? Q. For what is this length? This length is dl. For length of dl, what is the charge? dq. dq can be written as q by 2 pi r into dl. Correct? Q by 2 pi r into dl. So I will write this expression further here. 2 pi r. dr means r d theta. R d theta means r into theta angle. Take angle as theta, theta itself. Okay, na? Correct? So r cancel. How much you got this dq means now? See here, dq means I can write here as, okay, dq means I can write here as q by 2 pi into theta. Q by 2 pi into theta. Into q by r square. Correct, na? Right, na? So if you observe here, theta theta cancel, 2 cancel. How much you got the tension T is equal to me here? Q by 4 pi. No, 4 here, 8. 8 pi square epsilon naught. Okay, na? 8 pi square epsilon naught into r square. This is a tension. When a charge small q is placed at the center of the ring, charge ring, the tension in the string is this much. Okay, na? This is one application here. Okay, na? Right, this is one. Next, we have to see some over here. There are okay. This is a tension when a charge q is placed here. Okay, na? Now let us see one more. We'll see equilibriums. Equilibrium position. We'll have the 3 types of equilibriums here. One is stable equilibrium, and the one is unstable equilibrium, and the one is neutral equilibrium. What is it? Neutral equilibrium. Stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, neutral equilibrium. Stable equilibrium is the difference we can identify. Like this. Take a ball. Here I am keeping a spear. Okay. Now the second situation. I am taking another ball which is reverse. It is like this. Okay. Whereas it is inverted. Okay, na? Right. This is like horizontal. See, I am keeping the 3 metal balls on 3 different surfaces, we can say. It is concave surface, it is convex surface, this is plane surface. 3 surfaces. On 3 surfaces, I am keeping 3 bodies. Okay, na? Right. I will displace this body from here like this. I will displace this body and release. What happens here? Take this small sphere and displace and release here. What happens here? It starts oscillating and finally comes to this position, right? If it comes to this main position, initial position, then the body is said to be in stable equilibrium. If a body is displaced from its equilibrium position, if it comes to the same position after displacing also, then that is called a stable equilibrium. What is it here? Stable equilibrium. Got it here? If you displace this body from here, what happens here? It makes oscillation. Again, it comes to here, no problem here, right? What about this one? From here, the sphere is displaced like this. Tell me what happens. When you displace here, what happens? This sphere falls down. It will never comes here. It never comes here. So this is called as unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. Okay, na? What about this? This is neutral equilibrium. If you displace here, of course, the energy means it will lie in the same position only. There is no chance of coming back. Okay, na? Then what is the difference between here? I'll tell you one more difference here. Here the potential energy is minimum. Minimum potential energy. Minimum potential energy. And the potential energy here is maximum. See, height is more. Whereas here minimum potential energy. Okay, na? This here the potential energy is 0. Okay, na? 0. Got it here? Here, this is stable equilibrium. It regains its original equilibrium position here. But here, it doesn't regain its original position here. Whereas coming to here, this body will keep on oscillating here itself. So when you displace, when you displace from here, what happens? It moves away. It will never comes again. It will never gains its original position here. So this is the main difference between these two. You have to understand. Okay, na? These are the different types of equilibriums and forces. Problems here. Complete the problems on this. Okay, na? Right, fine. Take care. Bye.